Hey everybody, I hope your Monday finds you and your family doing well. I'm Pastor Seth Wilkerson, sitting here at my dining room table about to get the kids some lunch, but it's time for your Monday Manna. Our Bibles begin with the familiar accounts of creation and original sin, and while much has been written about the Garden of Eden and the events that transpired there, I have recently seen the temptation in a new light. I can imagine Adam and Eve walking through the Garden of Plenty. They know God personally. They eat from abundance. They don't have any shame and experience true contentment, at least until the snake puts into sharp relief the one thing that they cannot have. It's interesting that God designed a garden of perfection knowing that there would still be one thing that Adam and Eve could not have. Today, God whispers to you and me, do you trust me? Can you make your home amidst the many blessings that I have bestowed upon you? And can you trust me with the one or many things you do not or cannot have? We often hear alternative whispers as well. They nudge us away from trusting God and entice us to focus on what we are lacking. The whispers say, take the shortcut, compromise, focus on your lack rather than cultivate the fruit of contentment and offer your thanksgiving. Original sin isn't really that original. It's ordinary, and it employs the same tactics that it has since the very beginning of time. I want to ask you today, will you join me in walking in the garden and choosing where we will focus? Will you allow yourself to truly taste the pleasures that God is offering you right now from His own hand, while trusting God concerning the things that He is not? You know, the Apostle Paul encourages believers to be content in all circumstances when he writes, I'm not saying this because I am in need, for I have learned to be content whatever the circumstances. I know what it is to be in need, he said, and I also know what it's like to have plenty. I have learned the secret of being content in any and every situation, whether well-fed or hungry, whether living in plenty or in want. Philippians 4 verses 11 through 13, he says, I can do all things through Him who gives me strength. Today, God knows your heart. He created it, and He wants to love it into wholeness. And that's precisely where Paul gets it right, and Adam and Eve got it wrong. The latter looked to a fruit to bring them the satisfaction that can only come from God. In turn, they severed the very relationship that could give them what they truly need. They were deceived. For Adam and Eve, their focus was the forbidden fruit. And so I ask you today in this Monday Manna, what is that one thing for you that God asks you to be content without? Is it possible that God could be using that one thing to drive you even closer into His arms? And while none of us are without sin, we can proactively train our focus. Lay your one thing at God's feet today. I want to say this, if you're in the Humboldt, Tennessee area, maybe you're looking for a home church, we would love to have you join us at Harvest Church. We're on this walk together as God is helping us be more like Him. For more information about us, visit us online at harvesthumboldt.com. That's harvesthumboldt.com. Lay that one thing. Get your focus right. Focus on Jesus. Focus on what He's given you, not on what you don't have. Be blessed today, my friends. And if you need us, you know how to get a hold of us. God bless you. Thanks for joining us today for this edition of the Monday Manna.